What's up, everybody? This is Battlefield Joe 97 here, giving you the second day of E3 2016 with my thoughts on three conferences: Microsoft, Ubisoft, and Sony's thoughts, review, and possibly a recap of all three conferences, my thoughts, opinions, etc., etc. Let's get this out of the way and make this short as all possible. And I even made a list of what I want to talk about for the three conferences. So let's start with the first announcement that Microsoft did with a big bang of the conference, and that is the slim version of the Xbox One titled the Xbox One S. And the major bombshell is that it's the same price as the regular Xbox One right now. Is going to be $299, which is a really cool incentive to get people to get an Xbox One. But then I would argue that kind of devalued the purpose when then they announced another thing, and it was towards the end of the conference, so let me just jump to the end, and that's Project Scorpio. Now, I'll be honest here, when I was talking with a few friends in Skype, which possibly we may even talk about this in a, not even a live stream, a podcast recap of everything that happened yesterday and even today for Nintendo, I was really confused as all hell with the Scorpio announcement. Like, wait a minute, so is this like the new 3DS approach of the Xbox One? But then the Xbox One S would have to be like that, because then it would have to run games better than the original Xbox One, and would definitely have better visual capabilities than what the original Xbox One was capable of for their exclusives. And I don't know, I'm fucking confused. They just had to announce that the Project Scorpio, which may or may not be the new 3DS version of the Xbox One, or the next generation Xbox after the Xbox One. Because if it's the next generation Xbox One, then that would make this the 8th generation of console really fucking quick, even more so than a typical five-year generational gap that previous generations, aside from the 7th generation of consoles, were known for. So yeah, Project Scorpio may or may not be a next generation Xbox, or just a new 3DS version of the Xbox One. Who knows? They just had to destroy the announcement of the Xbox One S by announcing that, oh, we're going to have an Xbox One kind of system, or a next gen system that's going to run your Xbox One games and your 360 games all in one, or some shit like that. I don't know. I'm really confused at that still. So yeah, holiday 2017, so there may be a release date for that. It's going to do 4K gaming, which, if PC gaming can even do 4K gaming in a straight consistency with its frame rate, I doubt this thing will ever do 4K gaming. But it definitely will do 4K video playback from Netflix, Amazon Prime, and for the newly released 4K Blu-rays. So that's something. And for what they were announcing or shown in the Xbox Wire website, they dubbed it that it would join the Xbox One family. So maybe it's the new 3DS approach of the Xbox One, but it just confuses me as somebody who is interested in playing the games in Xbox One, or getting an Xbox One. But I don't know. At that point, it's just like, fuck it. I might as well save up money when I get another job, save thousands of dollars to say, you know what? Let me build my Legos, put it together, and be able to run the games that could have been exclusive to the Xbox One, but they're also coming to PC, so whatever. Oh yeah, then they announced the third iteration or so of the new wireless controller that may or may not be bundled with the Xbox One S. I'm hearing like conflicting reports from Twitter and other articles that, oh, it may be bundled or maybe not. If it's not bundled with the console, then it's going to be like, of course, the new 3DS, where it did even came bundled with the charger, which fucking asinine as hell. You need the fucking controller to play games in a console. If that's the case, I don't know what is. And of course, they have an Xbox Design Lab, which you can basically customize your Xbox One controllers for your PC or your Xbox One itself. That's really damn cool. Definitely a cool incentive for Xbox fans. And then, of course, they added in, or at least they announced new features like Club and Arena for Xbox Live. The clubs are essentially, if you're a PlayStation 4 user, it's basically like the community feature, where you basically make your own communities, subset of games, or generally maybe off-topic things, and being able to, group together a lot of people that are interested in one game or one topic itself, and just be grouped together in these clubs. And the Arena is basically what, of course, the competitive side of gaming is. You group together, have these tournaments, basically have the bragging rights, or maybe exclusive content that you win out of these tournaments. I don't know, it definitely is a cool feature to have for anybody who has an Xbox One or a PC. Not really interested in the competitive scene that much. So yeah, then of course they have the cross-play and cross-buy feature, where if you buy certain games that have the Xbox Play Anywhere icon, that you'll be able to then play it on Xbox One or PC. So let's say, for example, I purchased Gears of War 4 on PC through, of course, the Microsoft Store. I would then be able to have a digital version of it on my Xbox One. So that's definitely cool as hell. Sony has already done that from the 7th generation with the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation Vita, and they're still doing that, and with other third-party developers with the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, or at least the PlayStation Vita. So that's really cool that at least it's coming to the Xbox side. And then, of course, these are the highlights for me of the conference, the games. As someone who loves Dead Rising 4. As someone who loves Rare back in the N64 days, Sea of Thieves definitely looks fun as hell to play with your friends. Recore definitely really intriguing, definitely got my eye. And Scalebound, while it's not as crazy as any other Platinum games, it definitely still has my eyes and interest with Kamiya being the director. So yeah, Microsoft's conference. It definitely was good. It wasn't bad, but I would give it a 7.7 because the Project Scorpio ruined the whole conference. It ruined the whole point of the Xbox One S, and it just made me want you to say, fuck it, I'm not going to buy an Xbox One. I might as well just save up money, build up the Legos for a PC, and be able to play the games that I'm going to get through the Xbox website, so fuck it. Microsoft's conference, it wasn't bad. It definitely showed games, but it wasn't games that are exclusive to the Xbox, so 7.7 out of 10. And now for Ubisoft's conference, which, let's just go at it here. Cringe intro that looked like it was a a wannabe Circus Olay. And, of course, the Circus Olay intro that they did for the conference was for Just Dance 2017, which, of course, they announced that it's going to be coming on all platforms, and the Nintendo platforms will be from the Wii U, the original Wii, in 2016. And it's also going to be coming to Nintendo's upcoming next-generation system, the Nintendo NX, which is cool. We got confirmation that there is going to be games for the system, even if it's just games that I don't think hardcore gamers give a shit about, and it's basically populated the Wii U and the Wii third-party library. But, there's other games that Ubisoft showed that is not coming to NX, like South Park, The Fractured Butthole, the new Tom Clancy Ghost Recon game called Wildlands, and all the other games that they show. So yeah, Recon definitely looks to be fun with friends, but I do smell some bullshots when it comes to the animation, especially with the vehicles. South Park, The Fractured Butthole definitely will be something that I really like, because I love the original Stick of Truth on my PS3, and definitely will be able will get the PlayStation 4 version of The Fractured Butthole. I don't know if my brother's gonna pre-order that to be able to get the Stick of Truth on PS4, but whatever. I'm definitely excited. I love South Park, and it looks to be up my alley. Oh, refreshing as all hell. And then, of course, they talked about Division DLC. Don't really care about Division, so moving on. Then, of course, they show Star Trek The Bridge Crew, which I thought, holy shit, we might get a competent Star Trek game after the last one being like the generic third-person shooter by Namco Bandai. But then, of course, they had to have the fucking VR headset. It was like, oh god, really? And honestly, the game looked like it belonged on a 6th generation console and should be dubbed the Sims 2 Star Trek Edition expansion pack. Because it really looks like the Sims 2 on PS2. And I don't know, I'm still butthurt as all hell that a new Star Trek game that may be good, may be better than what the last Star Trek games we got, is a VR game. And speaking of VR, they then showcased this bird PvP game where players, or at least a team of pigeons or eagles, group together to then kill pigeons with like magic or whatever. That was really weird and confusing, and the graphics really reminded me of the free-to-play EA game Battlefield Heroes. And I don't know if that's a good thing or not. So bird PvP, something really off the wall, and something that maybe the French would make. So I'm definitely interested, even though I don't really want to get invested into VR that quickly. And then, of course, For Honor, or how I dubbed it in social media, Ubisoft's slow and not crazy take on the Dynasty Warriors franchise. That's what I get the impression of. And I don't know, I'm still some bull shots when it comes to the set pieces. You see the wide shots of the war. that comes with Vikings and samurais. So maybe a game that is not historically accurate, but whatever. It's fucking Vikings and samurais fighting against each other. So that's cool as hell. And, you know, sign up for the beta for PS4. Hopefully I get the code for that. And then Grow Up, a sequel to, I think, yeah, I kind of forgot the original title of the name, so moving on. Trials of the Blood Dragon, this one fucking pissed me off. As somebody who loved the original Blood Dragon, owns it on PS3 digitally, owns it on the 360 digitally, and on disc through the Far Cry compilation, I really wanted Blood Dragon 2. And it really pissed me off that Ubisoft didn't want to do Blood Dragon 2 on Far Cry 4's engine. I was like, alright, no Blood Dragon 2. But then there's like, no, the Blood Dragon franchise continues, but it's Trials. Fucking kill me. And then, of course, bonus features that will definitely be on the Blu-ray release of the new Assassin's Creed movie. Moving on. And then, finally, we go into Watch Dogs 2, showing more gameplay footage of it. It definitely looks better than what the original Watch Dogs is, but I don't know, I'm still kind of iffy with that. And, of course, they announced a movie with Sony, which I don't know what the fuck you're going to make of a movie of that, because we already had it. It was called Hackers. And then we got Steep. Looks really interesting as all hell. I smell some bull shots again with this one, with the wide angles of the mountain, of the wide shot angle of the mountains and the sunlight beaming on the main character in the mountain clips. Definitely smell some bull shot, but definitely interested as all hell for that. Ubisoft's conference, 6.5 out of 10. Now, let's start this off really quickly because Sony's conference was very quick as all hell. I think they showed like, what, maybe 6 or 7 games? And they were all exclusive to the PS4, so that's a bonus for me as somebody who is invested with the system now. So, of course, they showed the Viking God of War game. Doesn't look God of War at all. It should have been called a new IP, but definitely still somewhat interested with the Viking tones that this game is going to have. Then, of course, we have Days Gone, which is a zombie game being developed by the development team that did Uncharted Golden Abyss on PS Vita. Definitely looks interesting, but kind of generic at the same time. You know, as most zombie-related things are nowadays. And then we got Detroit Become Human, another movie-like game, or movie/point-and-click adventure-like game that David Cage is known for nowadays. Will it be something like Omicron? Probably not, but, you know, something interesting to watch and play on the PS4. Then, of course, they show more gameplay of Horizon Zero Dawn. Looks fantastic as all hell. Definitely going to be purchasing that day one. And then, of course, they show more footage of The Last Guardian, and finally a release date for it on October 25th, 2016, this year for PS4. Definitely excited as all hell, and it took them a fucking decade in order to get this out. It's gonna be swell. And then, the PlayStation VR, they showed like some features and games and stuff like that. And, I don't know, the PSVR I'm still kind of iffy with, and the price tag really doesn't incentivize me in wanting it. The price tag being $399, $400, in the same vein as the PlayStation 4 was in release day, so kind of iffy on that. But it really was cool being able to see Resident Evil 7 finally go back to its horror roots, and thank God it's not VR only or PS4 only. It's going to be coming on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. So definitely I'll be able to still play this on the regular PS4. Definitely hyped for that. And of course, the biggest reveal of the Sony conference was Crash Bandicoot. I was hyped up as all hell. I was like, holy shit, we're going to have a new fucking Crash Bandicoot game. But it turns out it's just remastering the 3 Crash Bandicoot games on the PS1 and him being a Skylanders. Fucking kill me. And then my enthusiasm with the Sony conference boomed much higher when Insomniac Games and Sony announced that they're making a Spider-Man PlayStation 4 only game. And it may or may not be tied with the new Spider-Man movie coming out next year, but yeah, I'm definitely hyped as all hell. I love Spider-Man so much. Insomniac Games, even though they have made some iffy games in recent years, I definitely am excited and still as all hell to be able to maybe play a good Spider-Man game, because the last Spider-Man games, like Amazing Spider-Man 2, was fucking horseshit, so I'm just telling you right here. So yeah, Sony's conference, it was really short compared to Microsoft and Ubisoft, but at least the games they showed were exclusive to PS4, and when they showed the third-party games, they at least have features of VR that is exclusive to PS4, so that's something. I give Sony's conference an 8 out of 10. So yeah, that's basically my thoughts of Microsoft, Ubisoft, and Sony's conference. Like, favorite, subscribe. This is Battlefield Joe 97. See you guys later.